Hi there, welcome into Energy Upgrade Feng Shui Tips 2022. I am Lisa Albin. I am a Feng Shui master and quantum energy alignment practitioner, and you're about to participate in an energy upgrade session with me this evening. It is April 24th, but whenever you find this recording, it is a perfect time for you to receive this message. And the message of today's Divination and energy alignment session is around there are no mistakes. There are no mistakes in you finding me right now. If you're returning to my channel and this isn't your first time, welcome back. I greatly appreciate you. Thank you so much for your comments, for your likes, and for your shares each and every week. It helps me to gauge whether or not you're receiving the correct energy to be helpful in your endeavors and reaching your goals. And if you're new to my channel, welcome on in. I think you'll like it here. And like I said, you're here for a reason, so just stick around. Make sure you're fully hydrated. We'll be exchanging energy in this, keeping in mind that we're about 70% water ourselves, and water is a conductor of energy. And through these means, it is best that we are well hydrated. And this process involves not only ancient systems of divination and also very practical ways that we can manipulate and direct energy through the use of Feng Shui, but it also integrates quantum energy alignment systems, and one of them I'm sharing with you is a software, and it works along the back channels of EMF. So as we know, there's good and bad to everything. In Feng Shui, we study this polarity of yin and yang, and we know that EMF carries with it some negativity, but there is positive with every negative, right? And this is one of them. You're going to be exchanging energy with me through a software where I'm going to help give you an emotional aura frequency alignment, restoring the aura around you, making sure you're no longer leaking energies or being able to be permeated by anything negative around you. You don't need it. So you're in the right place. If you're new here, I encourage you to hit like and subscribe so that you get notified each and every week when I do these sessions. And also, I'd greatly appreciate it if you feel this resonates with you and perhaps your friend circle. Share it with your soul tribe and family, and we can do this together. Those of you who have been with me for a while, you probably have your journals or your notebooks nearby. If you don't, you need to put this on pause. Go get a piece of paper, preferably a notebook that you can keep record in so you can go back and refer to these notes. I'd like for you to write down your goal, your intentions for this week that you're finding this recording. And again, not very date specific, but it is April 24th, 2022. But you could find this anytime later in the year and it will still apply to you where you are in your life path journey. So there are no mistakes. So let's get started. I want you to write down your goal and what you intend to embody in this week as you move forward towards your goal. I've asked of the ancient Ching, of which is the book of changes that I am divining this information from. What is it that we need to know within our group energy at this time within the collective to be able to move forward with ease and confidence and joy towards our goal, to be able to fully embody it at the right time and for the greatest and highest good. And thank you. So let's get started. We're going to take a look at that. While I am sharing with you what I've divined and giving you some intuitive guidance around that energy contained there, I'm going to let the software run and do its work in the background. So I will share that with you. Let me minimize this window. So I've already gone ahead and typed in our names there, Energy Upgrade Feng Shui Tips, YouTube viewers, and I'm going to use the intuitive discernment of the software to see what is lingering in our emotional aura fields at this time that needs to be resolved. So being too nurturing towards babies and others. This is the negative in this instance. It is a low rating on a scale of 1 to 10 out of 4. Underlying that is knowledge that wisdom may come in a single flash of insight, and then a negative trait of self, prisoner, slave, sex toy, mentations, linger for decades, and quit being the victim. So this may mean something to you personally. You might say, hey, and drop me a comment below if this does resonate with you directly on any level. But what we're going to do is harmonize, mitigate any negativity, shore up any of those holes or leaks in your emotional aura field so you can move forward with just more of a wholeness, a sense of wholeness and protection in the energy that's around you. If you can imagine a bubble around you, and any stress or points of stress, trigger traumas are going to leave tears, weaknesses, and therefore then stress and negativity can get to us. At our core, we want to protect that, get back into alignment, and by getting rid of that which no longer serves us, so can no longer occur again at that frequency, and then installing or repairing and accessing the energies that we need to remedy the situation. So I'm going to let that run in the background, and we'll come back with some words of wisdom. So the ancient I Ching tells us the story right now of the energy of hexagram number 24 shifting into hexagram number 1. You've seen these before in different combinations. And what the I Ching is advising right now in this current energy of returning, we may be feeling that we are revisiting something that we've already come face to face with before in our past. And do we recognize this? Do we recognize that we've made mistakes? And do we remember times that we've made mistakes and we've overcome them and really just learned from them and surpassed to be able to rise up to the next level? And that's what our intentions are at this time. It is reminding us to keep steady on our path, even if it means abandoning the herd, even if it means abandoning what you see your friends and colleagues doing, and even your family. It's more important that you stay on your path, even though you are being told or you feel you're going to make a big mistake, because it is these mistakes and the lessons that we learn from them that indicate we are on a path to true mastery and strengthening our grit and perseverance, which is ultimate indicators of success. Don't be afraid of making mistakes. Be concerned that you're going to miss out on growth and opportunities coming your way, because there are golden opportunities we know from our last divination. If you scroll back to last week, April 17th, and there are opportunities all around right now, and they may feel overwhelming. Don't be afraid to seize them, but also keep in mind and try to reference back to when you may have made mistakes. And also just, it might be helpful to even put yourself in a forward thinking way. Imagine you're on the other side of whatever the opportunity or experience is that you're afraid you're going to make mistakes, and just reflect back as if you've already achieved the end goal of this opportunity, and see if anything comes into your perception as far as things that you can avoid, because it's likely that you have made similar mistakes in the past and you can learn from them and not repeat them again. So seek out even one like-minded person to join you on this journey. It could be someone a couple steps ahead of you, and be really open-hearted about what you're experiencing, what you're fearful of. And chances are this person's going to say, I've made this mistake myself, and here's how you don't do it. And together, you're going to continue this journey and be met with success. But look, even just for one person, better if you can find a few that you can truly trust and share, your hesitance to take this new opportunity, because we're going to keep repeating patterns until we learn from them. This occurs in lessons that we learn. Those are my friends out there in tarot, and we talk about cycles. Okay, so we know that there are times that cycles are repeated and repeated and repeated until we learn, and it doesn't have to be that way. It's okay if it is. If it's okay if you need to learn a different way, but perhaps you can get a little bit ahead of this, because in the near future you're coming into a great opportunity or time or a new beginning and a new cycle. And this doesn't mean that you need to blow up everything that you've been working so hard on. If you take a look at that goal and what you're trying to embody right now in your notebook that you wrote down, keep that in your mind and stay steady on the course, because you've done so much work. And I say it almost every week, you've done so much work on your foundations. There's no need to blow it up and start from scratch. So allow this inspiration and creativity to come in, and it's fun to be excited and to be joyful, but don't abandon everything else that you've already lined up. if this is in reference to business and your goals in reference to business, definitely enjoy the creativity and the inspiration. But again, don't blow up all the processes that you've been working on for so long, that you've been putting effort behind. Find perhaps a way that you can, perhaps this is coming to mind too, that, the market's taking a turn. The market's probably going to take a dive here in a little bit. So it would behoove everybody to have other streams of income, for example, in business. So keep the foundations you have in place, but perhaps you can test something else that might become a new system for you. But don't abandon everything that you've set into stone already. And if this is, we're going to take a little pause here because we've been interrupted by the words of wisdom. And it advises us to consider, give the ultimate gift and forgive. And forgiveness was a big message coming out of this lunar cycle that we are coming to an end. I think it's at the end of this week. So there's a big energy of forgiveness that a lot of people are coming to terms with right now. And give the ultimate gift to yourself. Give the ultimate gift to whomever and forgive. And so write this down. Words carry an energy. So these are healing words as well. And if you write it down, write it in cursive, because cursive integrates words in a deeper way than had we just written it in script. Even if we're just reading it aloud, which I encourage you to do, we're typing it. Write this message down 9 times, say it 9 times, put it on a post-it note, stick it on a mirror. Give the ultimate gift, forgive. If it helps, you might want to dig up that practice or look up on YouTube, Ho'oponopono practice, and really put into practice the forgiveness of self. And so if this resonates with you, let me know. And this is an important message to come through. So coming back in, and I think specifically as we're talking about the energies of mistakes, and oftentimes we are terrified of mistakes and we can't forgive ourselves for making mistakes in business, in relationships, just in life in general. And if only we could all just think of it as a game, right? But it's personal. This is life. We're human, and mistakes are always going to feel heavy. But coming back to this, I really want to revisit that idea of, okay, yes. So you might have to, again, going back up to the top, you might have to abandon the herd just for a short while you are moving forward towards your goal on this path, and aligning with someone who understands you and where you're coming from, and is going to help you see that mistakes are what's going to help you stand out. In the end, it's going to be what helps you find your signature in your life path journey, whether it is for business, whether it is for your lifestyle, whether it is for your relationship, but it's your signature, your key to success and happiness. And so in the process of being flooded with all of these downloads of ideas and inspiration, and really finding your person or a few people to share this with without blowing anything up, perhaps it's something that you give to someone else to help you with. Perhaps it's something you give to a VA. Perhaps it's something you give to an intern. Perhaps it's something you share with your partner and do together, instead of trying to take it all on yourself, because you don't want to abandon all the hard work that you're doing. And you've been doing the hard work. So instead of abandoning everything, evaluate these foundations and test your confidence in the skills that you've generated to date, and have the courage to move forward using them, because they're tried, true, and tested. And you can trust yourself and have faith. And that's really coming through big time, is self-worthiness, in that just because you made a few mistakes doesn't mean that you're not worthy of this raise or of this financial windfall or of this relationship. So mistakes, you're not a mistake because you've made a mistake. You are a master of overcoming these mistakes. And that's something to be recognized, that you need to recognize. And I'm sure everyone else sees in you that you don't see. So I hope this is resonating with you. I love the words of wisdom. I really hope you wrote that down. If you need to rewind it and really get to feel the energy of those words. I'm going to leave us with a supercharge to carry us through and charging the energy upgrade YouTube viewers. Again, thanks for sticking around. I hope you've been enjoying this. Trying to keep this as brief as possible tonight and today, whenever you find this. And I hope that this is giving you some inspiration as you're facing this next chapter that you have coming up on you. So always giving the energy frequencies of abundance, and I'm going to send some courage and faith and perseverance. And let's see what else was coming through really, really strong. Discernment to find your people. I mean, really into just being brave enough to say, you know, you're not aligned with a group for now. It doesn't mean forever. You don't always need to abandon people when you are up-leveling or shifting, but you've got a lot going on. There's a lot. I mean, look at all those change lines. There's 5 change lines in this current energy, so there's a lot of motion. We're moving from a very yin energy into a very, the most yang energy there is. So very high energy, very bright, very creative. So I would say the ability to hone craft and the ability to clearly communicate. So, and find your people that you can share your downloads with. Really important for you right now. So this is going to carry you these frequencies. Again, make sure you're fully hydrated as I'm sending this and sharing this with you. Be fully hydrated as I'm sending these frequencies to you to supercharge you in this shift. You're going to need it. Make sure that you're staying fully hydrated. Make sure you're sleeping well. Make sure you are nourishing yourself. With this amount of change lines and certainly shifting from a very yin quiet cycle, you might have said, I mean, geez, look at all those yin lines right there, which the yin lines are all the dash lines of you see in hexagram number 24. Very yin. So it's so yin that you might have felt like a part of your life that's been sleeping. Well, it's about to wake up, all the way up. And that's going to be just like when you're in a deep sleep and you're waking up like jarred awake. It's going to require you to really be gentle with yourself in this rude awakening. It doesn't have to be rude, but it's going to be abrupt. And be kind to those around you. Certainly sometimes excitement can feel like fear and anxiety. So make sure your Feng Shui and mindset practice are related to the energies of grounding, especially as you're shifting into this really high vibe creative period. Make sure that you're doing your meditation practices, really getting into the ground, perhaps spending, as it might be warming up in most areas of the globe, at least on this side. Make sure that you're spending some time, maybe even sitting in the earth at the base of a tree or by the ocean if that's where you can help really receive any messages. Get your journal out with you, take some notes. Or even just, if you'd like to replenish, sometimes people can deal with downloading creative ideas in the shower. That's a great place. And you can keep a notebook nearby so when you come out, you can write all your downloads down. And again, without abandoning everything that you put so much hard work into, see what you can do with this creative energy. And you don't have to do it alone, ever. There's at least one person that you can open up to, and these mistakes are one day going to be what makes you have this big breakthrough to get to that next step. And if you are looking to achieve anything relationship related, this will help you. If this is a business goal, this will help you. If this is being able to, what I'm trying to think of some goals right now. If your goal is to obtain something through unique ways, really see yourself waking up and your day in the life as if you've already received that which you're asking for. So I hope this has been fun. I hope it's been helpful. Again, keep the center of your home. This is a very important earth energy. It's the holistic health area of your home. So what's in the very center of your home, if you were to put a tic-tac-toe board, that center square contains your earth energy. Make sure it's clear of clutter. If you have to space clear, if there's been someone sick or ill or an argument here, you can remedy that with a sound bowl. You could use, you could play some music, you could declutter, you can space clear. Make sure this center part of your home is really healthy and energy is flowing in well. If you're not sure if that area is healthy, you can reach out to me. Check out the links provided in my bio and description, and either you can learn from me or you can look more into the Intrinsic School of Feng Shui, where I'm getting ready to kick off with my partner, Steve Kodat of the Feng Shui Cure. We're starting another cycle of training, starts May 11th. So it's not too late to join me and Steve and our alumni and new students in training with us to learn Feng Shui as a lifestyle for yourself. And we highly encourage it. We feel it's our life, it's our destiny to help as many people as we can to live a life that's more harmonious with the elements of nature and humanity and the energy of all around us. So I hope that you've enjoyed this. I hope it's been helpful. I can't wait to hear from you. Let me know if you have any downloads yourself and you want to follow up later after receiving this. Let me know about them. I'll see you next week. Many blessings times 9.